Hey, everyone! Original characters are something we talk about a lot on this channel, as they're something I consider very precious and so interesting. Today though, instead of talking about my own OCs, we're focusing on yours. 2 weeks ago, I posted on my community tab asking you guys to send me your OCs by email for me to draw, and this is exactly what we're doing today. I had a lot of fun working on the 2 illustrations for today, as this is a video idea I've had for a long time now. I've been dying to do it. Hopefully I can do more in the future too. I handpicked 2 characters for this, but I might pick randomly if I do more of these in the future. So how about we get started? Let's go. The first character we are drawing today belongs to Happy Bun here on YouTube. When I saw they sent me their character, I knew I had to draw it. They've been so welcoming and kind to me, I can't thank them enough. Their art is amazing, and isn't their OC the cutest ever? Please subscribe to them if you aren't already, you won't regret it. Here is Luna's description as I was given. Luna is a shepherd and she has 10 sheeps. She is a very sweet and kind girl who loves to spend time in nature and helping other people. She's a foodie and she loves to drink tea a lot. Me too, girl. She brews tea herself with her magic and its taste is not everyone's favorite. Just so lovely overall. From reading this description, I instantly had a vision of what I wanted to do for the illustration. I imagined her tending to her sheep in a big valley with flowers and beautiful weather. I was definitely inspired by the old Heidi anime for this, though it was not on purpose. I started with the background colors to set up the vibe I was going for, to make it easier to make Luna fit in the environment properly. Looking back, I feel a little silly because I didn't color pick from the original picture once, and it shows, because I struggled to find the right color for the outfit and some other elements. I'm sorry if the colors are a bit off. That's just another great example of me being stubborn for no reason. And as per usual, you'll see I go over the eyes a lot during the entire process. I needed them to be perfect, to properly reflect the cuteness of the original picture. So don't get too used to how they look now, they'll end up looking a bit different in the end. I have to say, I absolutely love the curls Luna has. Her hair is so adorable. But rendering them was definitely a challenge of its own. Hopefully though, I think I managed to get them to look pretty good in the end. My main fear was that they would look out of place in my art style, but I'm happy to say I was wrong on that. Looking at Luna's design, I can't help but be reminded of magical girls. Not any in particular, but the general vibes of it. Like I could totally imagine her having her own anime, something cozy with a bit of magical girl elements here and there. These days, I'm watching the anime Frieren Beyond Journey's End, and if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about when I say coziness, and the slice of life genre really goes so well with magic elements added to it. We need more animes like this, with fun characters and no rush for action scenes. As you may have noticed, I had some struggles with the hat. The bow's tails gave me a hard time somehow, like the perspective just wasn't working for me. I also switched direction in which the hat's end was blowing towards, as it didn't really make sense as it was earlier. The wind can't just go both ways. I decided to change the position of the sheep's head as well, and also gave it a cute little bow. That was an improvisation on my part, but I thought it would be extra cuter like this. Now it matches Luna. Also, I wasn't sure if the diamond shapes across her whole design was just an artistic choice or an actual pattern, but I decided to treat it as one. That way the drawing can have some more texture to it and look more interesting. And now, with the background refined, the drawing is almost complete. But it's not done yet, as I wanted to play around some more with the colors and some other effects. And here it finally is. Thank you so much for submitting your character, she was so lovely to draw. And thank you for supporting the channel, it means so much. I hope you like the final result. Next up, we have this character which was sent anonymously. I loved his description and thought it could make for a good contrast with the previous drawing. Here is Roshan's description as it was sent. Roshan is an immortal demon with the appearance of a 26-year-old. He's also a crow demon, which means sometimes he has wings. He's a rebellious man who's determined to do things his way. He's very smart but lacks sensibility and emotional intelligence. He has a sharp tongue, so he often comes off as mean, even cruel at times. He's basically emotionally constipated. Despite that, he's very loyal to the few people he chooses to keep in his circle and would do anything for them. He takes betrayal very seriously and holds grudges forever. His favorite food is carrot cake and, in another life, he would have loved to be a ballet dancer. That just sounds like the coolest character ever. Just like for Luna, I knew instantly what I wanted to do with this drawing. A dark, moonlit scene where his eyes are shining. I also wanted to feature his crow wings, but with the pose I chose we can't see them very well in the end. I'm glad I got to have the opportunity for a drawing with this type of lighting in it. Truthfully, I'm not very good when it comes to dealing with shadows or darker color palettes. But it's always good to push your own boundaries every now and then. Also, just as a disclaimer, I was looking at a reference for the base of the pose, since I wanted something more than just a regular portrait, and face angles can be a struggle sometimes. For the base colors, I kind of just improvised on the spot. A few years ago, I would have colored using regular tones, and then I would have added a multiply layer with a darker color on top to have that night effect. This time though, I wanted to try and go right in with the dark colors. You have to try things in order to understand color theory better, right? So it may not be perfect, but at least I gave it a shot, and I think I can say I learned a lot too. For one thing, as of now the colors are just a bit too dark and you can't really see anything very well. But no worries, it will be fixed eventually, and now I know better. Something else I rarely do is use pure black for a drawing. I always seem to avoid it as much as possible. But I wanted to give the illustration an edgier look, with darker outlines in some places, so once again I stepped out of my comfort zone for a bit. And it reminded me of why I try to avoid using black usually. I just struggle dealing with it for some reason. I never seem to know when there is too much or too little and how to balance it out with everything else. I wonder if all these efforts to try new things is because I'm subconsciously trying really hard to avoid getting into an art block. If you don't know what that is, it's basically when you reach a point where you're not satisfied with your own art anymore. It's like your standards keep growing every day, and then one day they exceed your current skills. So during those times, drawing feels harder than usual and all your inspiration seems to be dried up. It's really frustrating, and I think they tend to get worse near the end of the year for me. Hopefully my efforts will help to avoid that. I could really do without an art block right now. Also, if you want to know what it's like for me when I play around with different color hues and tones for a drawing, you'll see that in just a bit. And just to be safe, I'll give a flash warning. The color changing makes the video flash a bunch, so here's a timestamp to avoid it if those can be harmful to you. After fiddling around with some filters over on Ibis Paint for some added texture, we are done. Thank you so much for sending your OC. Roshan is the perfect type of edgy character I adore. He was so much fun to draw. I hope you like the illustration. And there we have our 2 illustrations for today. I really had so much fun with these, and I would love to do more. While I gave a deadline in my community post, this is mostly just to give myself an idea of when to start drawing officially. So don't hesitate to send in your OCs to the email address on screen with a picture and a short description, anytime you want. I sincerely hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon for some more original character craze.